Alright, so it's been a few months since I made a video about Ginger, and sorry about that. Nothing really has been happening, nothing exciting, nothing worrying. She's been really good still. She's still alive, so that's great. Um, she still looks really good. She's been eating her food every week. And she moves around a lot. There's nothing really that has been alarming me that I thought I should make a video about. So I'm sorry, I haven't really made one in a while, but this is just an update for Ginger. And she hasn't really grown much since you last saw her, probably. She's still about 4 feet almost, and still the same width, I guess. So I think she's probably just about full grown now. I don't know if anybody has seen my first video, but when I got her, I wasn't really sure how old she was because she had been owned before, and the guy who took him from the last owner had didn't know how old she was either. I don't know, I was guessing she was at least a couple years old, a few years old maybe. So I've had her for about a year and a few months now. I base it off of when I started work, so I've been at work for a few months and a year now. And I got her just about before I started working at the company that I'm working at right now. So I've had her for about a year now and a few months, and she's still good. Nothing weird has been happening. Though there was this one time when I fed her, and it was after the mating season, I guess, when she stopped eating for a couple months. I fed her right after that, and um, it took her a little while to swallow it. She did swallow it. It was perfectly fine. But after that, I gave her some water, put some water in there for her to drink, and she was drinking for the longest time, probably to help, swallow the mouse. And then she started drooling, kind of. So that worried me because I looked that up before, and it said that it might be respiratory infection, or it could be from drinking a lot of water and then moving around, and some of the water and saliva comes out of her mouth and it looks like drool. Or it's basically is drool. So I was gonna watch that and see if she drooled anymore, but that was the only time that I've seen her do that, and she's been fine ever since. She hasn't drooled again. She's been able to eat her mice a lot easier since then. I think it was just because she hadn't eaten in so long, so it was a little hard for her to swallow, and she had drinking so much water, so that's where the drool came from. And she hasn't done that since then, and I think she's fine. I haven't had to take her to the vet. She's still moving around. She's still eating normally. She's still drinking. I hold her a lot to let her exercise. I let her out of the cage, so she's doing fine. And as you can see here, I did get her a new water bowl. I decided to get her one of those ones that look like rocks. And also it's a bit bigger, so I thought maybe if she wanted to kind of slither through it and kind of fit her body in it, she could do that. She hasn't really done that. She's not really a fan of swimming, I've noticed. I soak her every once in a while, but she hates it, and I hate leaving her in there for a little while. I make sure to not leave her in there too long, because one time I had forgotten she was in there, and it wasn't for like an hour, it was maybe for 30 minutes, and she just pooped in there all over, and then she started swimming in her own poop and pee probably, and I was like, oh my god. So I always try to make sure that she's in my eyesight whenever I put her in there, so that I always remember to take her out at a certain time, because she doesn't like it. She does not like getting wet. So, oh, but there she is, kind of getting wet. She's not really getting in the water. She's just slithering it above it. But other than that, she doesn't really like water. But I thought that rock water dish would help her with her shedding. She already sheds pretty well using those branches, and the other rock, which is her hide, she uses that a lot, though it's been really hot here, probably in the triple digits lately, in the 90s and hundreds, so I don't think she really likes her heat pad right now. But she's inside in air conditioning, so yeah, but she's a good snake. She hides a lot, as you can see. She's hiding there and just pops her head out to kind of see what's going on. But other than that, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll make another one soon and let you know how she's doing.